Oh boy. Now I'm streaming. I think. Yep. Whoa, we're live. Yeehaw. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna pop my chat out so I can look at it. Docs. Custom browser docs. Chat. Apply. Close. Docs. Chat. Aha. Next. Okay, let's see if we can now reopen the chat Docker. Now that I'm signed in. There we go. Heyo. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. And this music is going a bit crazy. Let's grab my stream so I can link it into places. Yes, yes. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So, I'm just gonna post in my server. Streaming some new, very early morning dev. Oop. Alrighty. So, on the screen is what my game currently looks like. We have a card being drawn. I can interact and drag it, which is really cool. Hi Sam, hello, hello. I have a slider and a button. Ooh. Sliding things, dragging cards. Lot of GUI progress, which is really cool. So there's a couple things that I need to do. I have card drawing now, which is really nice. But I need to basically get all of the portrait artwork for the game, for the different cards, and put them into a sprite, so I can start feeding the data. And with that, I also need to update the data on how I give the card information, because I don't really want to have to write out an enum per se. So yeah, it's gonna be a little tricky. But we have a card drawing on the screen, which is really fun. How are you, Sam? Okay, so something I have to do is I have to go into Figma and create some other elements like checkboxes. So let's come in and do that very quickly. Just gonna add a quick browser source into here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. Actually, it'll probably be more like this notch here. Yeah. So the shaded one is when it's on, and then the unshaded one is when it's off. So I essentially need to create a check off, and then check on, check off skin, check on. Cool, so I now have these two assets, so we're gonna export them. I'll extract out the folder. Cool. So I'm gonna make a new H element for my GUI stuff. Cool. So checkbox, pretty easy. One thing that might be really good is to give it a name. So we can very easily identify this. So if I'm hovering and I click it, I understand what pretty much none of this means, but good work. The things you've shown for the game so far look pretty good. Oh, thank you, Boris. So essentially what I'm doing right now is I'm creating some GUI, so user interfaces, via code. So I can create graphic assets like buttons and things like that, but I need to be able to code up certain stuff. And the reason why is because doing this now means that I'm able to create buttons and UI and menus a lot easier later in the future. So I'm spending a bit of time here making these elements, even though I might not use them right away. But thanks for the feedback. That's really awesome. So at the moment I'm creating a little checkbox button that might be used in a menu or something like that. So if it's not 1, we want to set to 1, otherwise we want to set it to 0. So this is a little ternary operator, so we're taking the value, which is either going to be 0 or 1, and we're asking to set the value to the result of the value is not equal to 1. So if it's not 1, it's 0. And so if you've clicked on the thing when it's 0, meaning it's empty, then we want to turn it on. Otherwise we want to turn it off. This is a nice little ternary operator to flip between two logical outputs. So now with this, we should, in theory, be able to have a working checkbox. So let's check this out. By in my controller object, we're going to say chk equals new h underscore checkbox, which is my own function that I'm writing a part of this library. We're going to give it a name, and I'm just going to call it chk. I'm going to give it an x and a y of 256, 256, a sprite of sprite underscore checkbox, and then a value of 0. So I'm going to rename this to sprite underscore checkbox. Then I'm going to go to our check on sprite and copy this frame. Head over to our checkbox, edit image, and I'm going to add it in. I'm going to change the speed to 0 so we're not actually animating, but we're just hijacking the animation frames. Then I'm going to get rid of this sprite, and then what I want to do is run the game, and we're going to see if this works. It's a pretty simple element, but could be pretty good. Oh, there was a little bit of a syntax error. Let's try running this again. Not really sure why I've got this error so far. Okay, so got quote expected curly bracket. Oh, it's because we accidentally haven't considered the actual function. There we go. Cool, so I can't really see. Oh, right. We have to actually draw the checkbox. So we're creating it, which is defining its data into a struct, but now we have to draw it. So in our state functions, I'm gonna say chk.draw. It's actually good that I set up these game states. Oh, I accidentally did something. Oh, I removed the curly bracket. Whoopsie. Man, this music's a little heavy. I want something a bit more chill. Ah, here we go. Checkbox underscore y is not set before reading it. Okay, so now that we know that that's working, let's have a look at the function just to verify. Alright, so we're not passing in an x and a y into the draw, but we do have it built in as a local variable to the struct. So I will be able to reference it like this. Oh, checkbox underscore value is not set before reading it. Again, I can just reference the local variable instead of the argument. And the sprite too. Oops. Should have really looked that over. Okay. Third time's the charm. Hey, nice. And it looks like it is here. So if I start clicking on this. Now the problem is it's because it's so fast, there's a little bit of that like flickering in a way. But we do have a semi-working checkbox. Nice. So I'm going to create a variable called click time is equal to 0.5. Then in the draw function here, I'm going to say click time is equal to 0.5. Click time minus equals 0.01 times global dot game time, which we can define in our main controller object as a global variable. So set up globals. Okay, so hopefully this little delay here will be enough for it to work pretty well. Alright, so let's try and update my global.gametime so then it can read to other places. Okay, cool. Well, we got some basics of that working. It was a very short stream, but thanks for the couple of people that came and said hello. I'm gonna go rest now. But I'm glad that I got a small smidgen done on stream while explaining out a lot about the game. So I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Thanks for watching.